to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Oh, and if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. I'll see the Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face in the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap.
Welcome in, everybody, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Early here on the weekend, we are live at the Legacy 2009 Michigan International Speedway here for the Madness Racing League Premier Series, season number 4, race 9 of 12 here for the Dash for Cash. We're in Brooklyn, Michigan at the 2 Mile Speedway, known as the Michigan International Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here tonight for 60 laps of some action-packed racing. And if they can keep it together, it should be a really good one. We'll bring it down here on the main broadcast cam. Welcome into the Booty Scoot Racing channel live at Michigan International Raceway, 1,012 feet above the sea level here in the United States of America. 60 laps, 2 sets of tires, and 100% fuel here tonight for the visitmichigan.com. 120, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers are moments away from gridding up down on the grid, and we will have the driver introductions for you right around the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, they are lining up at the starting lineup as we currently speak. We will bring up the starting grid here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for majority of the drivers in the field. This will be the starting 12 drivers, 14 of them scheduled in the field here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And as they continue to load in throughout the field, see if we can't go ahead and start it off with tonight's pole sitter driving the L.A. Home Services number 9 from Coleman, Alabama. Snap Daddy Racing Auto Chevy Camaro of Ty Robertson. Starting on the outside of him, he is yet to load into the field driving the number 01 Chevy Camaro. It will be the 14-year-old from Bristol, Tennessee of Everett Larson. Alan Hammerbeck will drive the number 38 Volley Chevy Camaro here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at the Michigan International Raceway. He'll try to work his way up to the front of the field. Trenton Johns will drive the 51 Zen Chevy Camaro here tonight from Williamsburg, Kentucky. Starting in that 5th place spot will be that Ranch Fuel number 5 Camaro from Greer, South Carolina of Chase Johnson. To the right side of him will be the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Camaro of Carter Jackson. He'll shake out the 5th place spot at the drop of the green flag here tonight. Mitchell Wilson will take the number 46 Toyota Supra here from Elkhart, Indiana. Live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll ride out from the 7th place spot. Behind him, driving the number 02 Maynard Motors Toyota Supra from Wilford, South Carolina. That's the kid of Nicholas Maynard. On the inside of him will be the number 23 Gorilla Mine from Greer, South Carolina Toyota Supra of the Boogeyman John Michael Bryant. Camden Gillidan will drive the Dynamo Productions from South Haven, Kansas Chevy Camaro. It'll be the number 7 of Camden Gillidan. Michael Ponder will shake out the number 13 here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The Doctor from Ranger, Georgia will have the Toyota Supra heading towards the front. Dagan Barnes will drive the True Fit number 14 Chevy Camaro. Starting from the 12th place spot here tonight from Lackawanna, North Carolina. And on the inside of him will be the number 8 for Ridente Chevy Camaro from Greer, South Carolina of Corey Tessner. Starting in the final spot here tonight, driving the Home Run Cafe, number 33, Chevy Camaro. It's going to be Mr. TC, Tony Cook. So that'll round out everybody on the front half of the field. We'll cut the music down as they head across the start-finish line. We are getting ready to go racing here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and it'll be the perfect time for us to bring up tonight's keys of the race. Key number 1 here tonight is going to be save those tires. We don't have anything to save here tonight on the old 2009 surface pavement that they have scanned here for the Michigan International Raceway. You're going to have a big troublesome time here tonight trying to make your way up through the field. Finally, you're going to want to manage that pit strategy. These drivers need to understand that when they get into the long, I guess we'll call it sweeping corners, and we'll get that camera view off there. We have fallen through the racetrack, would you believe it? But how will these guys manage the keys here tonight when they have to try to keep the draft as well? It'll be a big part of what they have taking place here tonight, is you can use the draft to your mobility to be able to probably help save fuel a little bit, manage the gap in front of you, and try to bring in that high line. The higher that these guys are going to be able to go, the more throttle they'll be able to input. But how much will it hurt them on the back end? We're getting ready to find out as they head down the back straightaway, heading down into turn number 3 here at the 2-mile 4-turn asphalt oval in Brooklyn, Michigan. Pit lane speed will be 55 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's only right we get you down on the racetrack, getting ready to go see the the green flag here tonight at the Brooklyn International Raceway here in Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter the pace car will hang the left down onto pit lane. Freddie the flagman has the green flag displayed in the air. Through the Geico restart zone, the visitmichigan.com 120 is being led to the restart zone by Ty Robertson. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at Michigan. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Michigan. Ty Robertson, Everett Larson battle door to door up the banking towards turn 1 and 2. Kicking off the first lap here tonight. Everett Larson will keep his foot in it. He'll actually grab the race lead out of turns 1 and 2. He'll have the lead. John Michael Bryant, big time loose off the corner, but he's able to hold on to that race car. Heading it down the back straightaway. Single file guys jumping in and out of line. Chase Johnson will close the nose over the front of the 46 machine of Mitchell Wilson, but Mitchell Wilson will pull right back out of line. Here comes Nicholas Maynard. He wants it 3 wide up the middle, gets a little bit loose. He's actually able to hold on to the race car, though. Oh, one big time loose down to the bottom side of the racetrack. It's Alan Hammerbeck. What a save from the number 38 of the Hammer, Alan Hammerbeck. But meanwhile, it's a drag race up here for the front 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 spots here. They work up the banking. It turns 1 and 2. Maynard on the bottom side of the number 5 Ranch Fuel Camaro of Chase Johnson. Corey Tessner now trying to work his way downhill on the bottom side of Camden Gillen, and they'll battle door to door. Corey Tessner looks a little bit loose. You see Dagan Barnes beating the outside safer barrier down with that number 14. True Fit Chevy Camaro right behind him. John Michael Bryant, who has gotten big time loose off turns 1 and 2 there on the opening lap. It's caused him some spots early. Working lap number 2, going to complete lap number 3 this next time around. These drivers absolutely going at it. It's Everett Larson, Trenton Johns, Ty Robertson, Carter Jackson, the top 4 drivers, with the final 5th place spot heading out to the 46 Mitchell Wilson Racer Toyota Supra of Mitchell Wilson. And here comes Maynard ripping on the outside, safe for a barrier. He'll pull all the way up to the back bumper of the number 46 of Mitchell Wilson. He'll think better of it. He'll move to the left side to try to make the pass around Mitchell Wilson into turn 3. Down on the bottom side goes Maynard. He'll roll right up to the back bumper of Carter Jackson. Complete the slide jump pass around the number 46 of Mitchell Wilson. Carter Jackson gets a little bit loose. He'll chase it all the way up the racetrack. Larson will lead another lap over Trenton Johns heading across the line. About 8 cars have, went ahead and dissipated themselves from the back half of the group. These guys had a few issues to kick up tonight's race. Alan Hammerbeck, driving this number 38 Chevy Camaro, got a little bit loose on the back half of the field. He has gone backwards. Michael Ponder Jr. just trying to migrate his way up through the field with everybody going sideways, heading off turn 2. Carter Jackson trying everything he knows possible to try to get around this 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. Maynard trying to do the same thing. He's on the top side of the racetrack. He keeps his foot in it. So So side by side for the race lead across the front straightaway here at Michigan. Maynard Jackson still door to door, but it's Trenton Johns wanting that race lead early from Everett Larson, excuse me. They'll battle door to door off of turn 1 and 2 and head down the back straightaway. Trenton Johns trying to get a little bit of momentum, but he's got no drafting help behind him. Ty Robertson not rolling up to that back bumper quite like Trenton Johns expected to, but looks like Maynard's able to clear himself around Carter Jackson for that 4th place spot. Nicholas Maynard on the move right now, up 6 spots from where he started 5 laps into tonight's event. It's the visitmichigan.com 120, and Maynard's got something to say here tonight. One of the big topics we talked about earlier was some of the keys of the race. The keys of the race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel was going to be how are you going to be able to manipulate the pit strategy and use the draft to your advantage at the same time. Well, you're looking at a great picture of it right here. Trenton Johns battling door to door with Everett Larson. Right there, Trenton Johns just can't get the help that he's looking for to get around the 0-1 Game Bridge Camaro of Everett Larson. Ty Robertson feeding the extra drafting help to his teammate Everett Larson across the front straightaways. Everett Larson surrenders the position behind the Zen 51 Camaro of Trenton Johns, and Trenton Johns will grab the race lead here at the Michigan International Raceway from Williamsburg, Kentucky. Not sure how far of a drive that is from the hometown of Trenton Johns here to Brooklyn tonight, but look at this little battle ensuing here on the back straightaway, down the back straightaway off of turn 2. Carter Jackson, Mitchell Wilson banging doors, going at it here. 12 of them line up here at the Michigan International Raceway for the visitmichigan.com 120. We are now almost 8 laps into tonight's event. I think it's only right we get you down on the racetrack for tonight's first Madness Racing League, Fast and Loud. Cranking it up fast and loud here at the Brooklyn International Raceway here in Michigan. These guys absolutely going at it, and nobody sparing each other an inch, and get you a great look up here at the spotter stand view of what these spotters have their hands full of here tonight. Looks like we got about 5, maybe 6 cars on our front half screen that have separated themselves from the front half of the pack, and they are towing away pretty fastly at that. It's Mitchell Wilson, Carter Jackson, Nicholas Maynard in a 3-way battle for the race lead between Robertson, Johns, and Larson. Nobody's sparing each other an inch up there for that race lead. 3 wide now. Trenton Johns looks up the middle in the Zen Nicotine Pouch MTL 51. 3 wide off turn 2. 3 wide off turn 2, but it's Ty Robertson with a power move to the front half of the lead as he saved a little bit of Goodyear rubber. 11 laps into tonight's event, you'll start to see the tire wear come into effect. We see Nicholas Maynard make a huge move down there to turns 1 and 2, trying to get around the guys in front of him, or at least close the gap up. Nicholas Maynard starting to lose a little bit of distance here, but Carter Jackson, Mitchell Wilson have finally figured it out. They'll ride nose to tail, draft a little bit here, try to help each other get to the front half of the field. Jackson will snudge the outside safe for barrier. Chase Johnson will move to the top side of the racetrack. He'll try to make something shake inside of that number 5 machine. Chase Johnson in the 8th place spot. He's got a win on the season as well here in season 4. Chase Johnson took the win at the Auto Club Speedway. Not Auto Club. Speedway, Chase Johnson took the win at the Richmond Raceway here in Season 4 of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. He is yet to get back to victory lane here in Season 4. He's trying his hardest right now. He's towed away a little bit from the guys behind him, but he's starting to catch the toe-in draft of the guys in front of him like Carter Jackson and Mitchell Wilson. We'll see how it works for Chase Johnson here in the next couple of laps. Meanwhile, the battle for the race lead is dissipated away. It's down to the top 3 drivers, single file. Trenton Johns is the last guy in line. Maynard goes to the top side of the racetrack, riding on board with the kid of Nicholas Maynard underneath that fast in line. You had his hands busy inside of that race car. Doesn't appear to look like they're too busy right now. We'll have to work and see how everybody works. We're right on board with Everett Larson, as he's had a pretty decent, stable-looking race car right now. We'll watch his hands inside of this race car on this wheel, off the gas completely. Right there, you look at Everett Larson fighting the wheel there, back to the left, back to the right, just trying to get this thing underneath control. And it's probably going to be whoever has the better handling race car when it comes to the end of the event. Heading down the front straightaway here at the Michigan International Raceway live here in Brooklyn, Michigan. And looks like Chase Johnson has been virtually disconnected due to internet connection issue problems. We'll keep you updated here with that as he is falling off of the ticker down onto pit lane. We will develop that more story when it comes and gets more information available to us. We're working lap number 15, going to be 20 here soon, and that'll leave us with 40 laps to go here at Michigan. We talked about it earlier when we first loaded in. 60 laps is relatively a decently long time, about 120 miles here at the Michigan International Raceway, and Tessner is sideways off of turn 4. Yawing that number 8 Chili's machine out, and Corey Tessner, we talked to him in the garage area earlier right after practice. Tessner told us that it was going to be one of these kind of days where it's going to be a driver's hard day at work. You're going to have to be up on the wheel. You're going to have to find a way to keep the car from breaking in, ass in, loose on you on this pavement. Tessner, a known dirt driver here on the iRacing platform, so he should be used to turning left to go right. Right now, though, he's all over the place in this number 8 Chevy Camaro, battling hard. Back here goes John Michael Bryant and Tony Cook. Tony Cook trying to hit a home run out of the ballpark tonight, go to victory lane for the first time here in the Madness Racing League. Tony Cook had a hell of a race back at Kentucky on race number 2 or 3 on the season, finished runner-up here on that night, and Tony Cook is just put together race after race after race. Don't want to forget to remind you folks to tune in 2 weeks from now live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like Maynard has gotten passed by Mitchell Wilson. He'll fall in line in front of Carter Jackson. We want to remind you the remaining schedule coming up here for the Madness Racing League's O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Reminding you 2 weeks from now we'll head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing. A little bit of aero contact or a little bit of aero loose right there for Everett Larson from the 51 of Trenton Johns. Will wrap it all up at Chicagoland after we make that pit stop at Dover midway through. 3 more races remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the point standings coming into tonight's event. 3 of these guys battling it out for the race lead. 2 of them lead the front 2 half points, and it's not by much either. They'll be in a quick battle all day. For the rest of the season, 3 races remain. Ty Robertson going to need a win here tonight at Michigan to eat into the points gap, but it's all right. He's got 5 top 5s, and he's absolutely put together the poles and the wins to go with it. But it's been Everett Larson who has top 5 every single event this season on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He's looking to do more of that here tonight, but look at Trenton Johns all over the back bumper of the 0-1 machine of Everett Larson. Everett says, please don't hurt me. Trenton Johns could give a damn. He'll roll into turn 1 and 2, trying to keep it off the back of the number 0-1 of Everett Larson. You don't want to pull right up on the back of somebody's bumper when you're entering in these corners. It'll get you aero tight up the racetrack. You might pancake the outside safer barrier. Could cost you a lot of time when it's all said and done. We're flying down the back straightaway. It's Robertson, Larson, Johns, and Wilson. Now the top 4 drivers. Mitchell Wilson on the charge here at the Michigan International Raceway. And he'll drive the 46 car guys Toyota Supra from Elkhart, Indiana. And it'll be 19 laps complete this next time around. Pretty much all the battles throughout the field have dissipated. Tony Cook has gotten around John Michael Bryant and Corey Riptide Tessner, who just cannot seem to keep this car underneath control, trying to find the balance on this ride that entails Chevy Camaro of Corey Riptide Tessner. John Michael Bryant now still door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel with Tessner. Bryant will go low. Tessner will go to the way top of the racetrack. We'll see if he can get an onboard gyro shot of Corey. Tessner battling door-to-door. The boogeyman, he has his hands pretty stable right there. The car's got a little bit of momentum down that back straightaway. He's actually able to clear John Michael that time around, and Tony Cook will take it down into turns 1 and 2. John Michael Bryant, Michael Ponder, and Dagan Barnes foul in the final 2 spots way far back in the field right now at the visitmichigan.com 120. They're going to have to try something there on the pit stop strategy on the long run if we can get some green flag pit stops here at Michigan. Right now, though, things are really starting to separate. Trenton Johns wants that second place spot again from Everett Larson. We want to remind you folks as well, this is the 3rd consecutive race in a row until we hopefully, knock on wood, do not have a caution flag. But the last 2 previous O'Reilly races have trended that way, where we have been caution-free. We went caution-free at the Iowa Speedway 2 weeks ago, and it was just one hell of an event. 2 weeks from now, we'll go to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where tire wear will definitely be a problem. What I'm hearing, it is going to be a daytime to nighttime race, one of the few that we've had all year long. So how will the changes over time affect these race cars at the Charlotte Motor Speedway? We also know how some of these guys perfect their craft week in, week out, trying to find ways to get better. And the only way you're going to get better is turning practice laps. How many of these guys actually took the time out of their week, the time out of their day for the 2 week periods that we do between these races to actually throw down some laps and try to make something shake here at Michigan? Tonight, though, it's been everybody chasing the 0-1 of Everett Larson, but that quickly turned about 15 laps into tonight's event with Ty Robertson took over the race lead in the L.A. Holmes number 9 from Coleman, Alabama. Ty Robertson has just been elite. That's just the word. And there's no other word to describe it. Ty Robertson absolutely putting belt to ass here in the Madness Racing League. And when it comes to skill and development, Ty Robertson approaching the 5,000 I rating category here within iRacing. He is so close to that accomplishment of 5K. And if you're a true iRacer and you know what I rating means to these drivers and what it could represent on the long term when it comes to battling for championship points to try to have an opportunity to make your way to the Coke Series or the Pro Invitational Series, trying to find a way to get your name out there and do it. Everett Larson do the same thing, but Everett Larson does this shit in real life. Everett Larson got to spend the better half of this summer racing legend cars for Corey LaJoie out of Bristol, Tennessee. Everett Larson, 15 years old, has been doing it well over about 6 years now, with tons of karting experience in his times throughout the state of Tennessee, picking up wins at speedways like Kingsport Speedway and just tons of cool little racetracks around that area for Everett Larson, perfecting his craft on the long run in real life. Here virtually tonight at Michigan, try to make something shake, but it's Ty Robertson, Everett Larson, Trenton Johns, the top 3 drivers. Mitchell Wilson will sail to turn 3. Carter Jackson will slide job his teammate Camden Gillidan, and Nicholas Maynard will seed into the 7th place position. Alan Hammerbeck has managed to work his way up through the field and not allow Tony Cook to run him down, but Tony Cook has put about 8 car lengths between him and John Michael Bryant, who just cannot shake this ride that entails Chili's machine of Corey Tessner. These two guys battling is not even the word to describe it. It's a war between these two drivers. Look at John Michael Bryant up the tight on the top side of the racetrack. That'll get Tessner a little bit of arrow loose, but Tessner real hard into the corner. He gets into the outside safer barrier, and it'll cost him a little bit of time in this number 8 Chili's Ride That Didn't Take Machine. That battle will dissipate really quickly. Carter Jackson, though, trying to hold his teammate Camden Gillidan behind him. What's funny about these two drivers is they're friends off the racetrack and on the racetrack in real life. Both of these drivers have been really consistent here all year long. Camden Gillidan has yet to top 5 a race this year at all, but Camden Gillidan, if he could grab a top 5 here tonight, it'll be his first of the season, but he's sitting well in the point standings. I mean, he's in a points paid playoff spot right now, excuse me. I want to say he's averaging about 5th or 6th in the point standings currently right now. He doesn't have a win on the season, but his teammate Carter Jackson was able to pick up the win at the Auto Club Speedway on race number 2. He drove around Chase Johnson in the closing final 10 laps or so. Carter Jackson picked up the win that night at Fontana in California. He's yet to go back to victory lane. He's knocked on the back door a couple times to it, but has yet to really got what he was looking for. Right now, though, we're singled out single file pretty much through all the way out the field. 6 seconds is the gap difference between third to fourth. That's Mitchell Wilson and the rest of the guys behind him. Carter Jackson, Camden Gillidan pretty much have the best battle on the racetrack right now. We'll keep this battle on your screen. We'll throw up the battle box off of turn 2. The battle for the 4th place spot between Mitchell Wilson, Carter Jackson, and Camden Gillidan has taken place. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll put it side by side with the commercial break live so you don't miss a thing. Mitchell Wilson trying to defend off the guys behind him. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are finally getting our first pit stop of the night. It looks like it's the 0-2 of the kid from Wilford, South Carolina, of Nicholas Maynard. He'll come down on the pit lane. He'll do 4 fresh tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. This will come at the lap 29 mark, or almost a lap before the halfway point. He'll come off of pit lane in this number 0-2 Toyota Supra. Ty Robertson will drive on by in this number 9 machine, battling hard for the first place spot, door to door with Everett Larson is no longer, but it'll be Maynard working himself off of pit lane. He'll lose the lap underneath the green flag conditions here. Our first pit stop of the night, and Maynard will fall right back into a spot where he left out of. He's pitted from the 8th place, from the 7th place spot. He'll fall right back into the 7th place position on track, and he'll keep his foot in it, and he'll drive right around Camden Gillidan and Carter Jackson in one corner. How much are the tires going to be able to make up the difference in time? Ladies and gentlemen, about a 2-second spare time difference in practice on old tires to new tires. We'll check Maynard's lap time the next time around. He'll clear Mitchell Wilson, who's in the 3rd place spot, so Maynard needs to get it up and going. Go chase down Trenton Johns, Everett Larson, and Ty Robertson, who are well ahead of the pack. I'd say they're probably about 8 or 9 seconds in front of the guys behind him. Maynard gets around that group. Carter Jackson, Camden Gillen, and Alan Hammerbeck will be the rest of the drivers in the tail distance, with Tony Cook in that blue Home Run Cafe machine. Tessner, John Michael Bryant has just gone backwards here. He has lost touch with the front half. Pat Michael Bonder Jr. and Dagan Barnes. Everybody's still on the racetrack right now, besides Chase Johnson, who has been taken out of tonight's event due to upload packet loss with connections to the internet. We apologize for that. John Michael Bryant, though, door to door with the Dr. Michael Ponder Jr. John Michael versus Michael Ponder. You can't get any better than this. MPJ will stay on the bottom side of the racetrack while John Michael struggles on the top side. We'll try to make something shake and see how it continues to work out here. We got our first green flag pit stop of the night. Here comes another. It's Dagan Barnes down on the pit lane in the number 14 True Fit Atlantic Cabinet Company Camaro from Lackawanna, North Carolina, or if you're from that area, better known as Kinley, North Carolina. Here comes the number 14 True Fit machine of Dagan Barnes. Will slide into his box to hop over the wall to jack up the right side of the race car. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, a chassis adjustment out the back half of the Atlantic Cabinet Company's number 14, Dagan Barnes. He'll be on and off of pit lane. Tony Cook goes around entering pit lane. No! Tony Cook with a huge mistake down on the pit lane. It'll cost him big time. As here comes Trenton Johns from the 3rd place spot down on the pit lane. He'll do 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the Zen Nicotine Pouch Victory 51 Camaro from Williamsburg, Kentucky. They'll drop the jack. He'll be on and off pit lane. Tony Cook makes a critical mistake coming down on the pit lane right there. He will Spin it, coming on the pit lane and hit head on into the inside safer barrier. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel for Tony Cook, and they'll stay and pass the damage up. Critical right there, the way that one shook out, ladies and gentlemen. We have our pit stops on our way. 4 cars, have made the stop here tonight to try to make something shake on the long run. It's Maynard, Johns, Cook, and Barnes, those drivers. That leaves Allen, Hammerbeck, Tessner, Bryant, Ponder, Gillinan, Jackson, Wilson, Larson, and Robertson out on the track trying to make something shake. Look at this battle right here for the 3rd place spot between Carter Jackson and Mitchell Wilson. Mitchell Wilson has kept a little bit of speed in this Supra, but it's been Carter Jackson on the better half trying to save a little bit of Goodyear tire to make something charge here on the back half. Right now, Ty Robertson has driven away to about a 10-second lead over the entire field. If you include Everett Larson back here to where these guys are, Mitchell Wilson slaps the outside safer barrier, and he'll keep stuck up there in that 46, trying to keep it moving. You see the actual drifting and the handling condition that these drivers are battling. That's the grip on the racetrack starting to go away with 27 laps to go here at Michigan. And the Visit Michigan.com 120, the number 7 of Gillinan down on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to keep nose to tail in line with his teammate Carter Jackson, who pull off of the racetrack and bring it down on the pit lane. Carter Jackson and his teammate Camden Gillinan will make the stop here tonight in Brooklyn. That also bring in Carter Jackson. Right behind him will come Allen Hammerbeck. He'll follow the leaders as well as Corey Riptide Tessner. We'll get 4 more drivers down on the pit lane. It'll be Gillinan, Jackson, Hammerbeck, and Tessner. Gillinan will take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. He's complaining a little bit of a loose end entry, tight off the exit. They'll make the appropriate chassis adjustment for the number 7 of him. Carter Jackson gets a little bit loose, trying to slide into his box right there. Overdoes it, has to back up 2 spots. This is going to kill the number 2 of Carter Jackson. They're going to try 4 tires here. They won't make the adjustment on the front half of the number 2 that they were looking for to help him get a little bit extra traction on the grip on the racetrack since he overslid his box right there. Here comes Corey Tessner. He'll slide down on the pit lane. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. They'll tighten Tessner up as he was battling loose end conditions badly off the exit. Ty Robertson, the race leader, is ahead of Everett Larson by 1.6 seconds. It's 10 seconds back to the 3rd place driver right now as the green flag pit cycles, continue to work their way out here tonight. The last person on the lead lap now will be Nicholas Maynard as he has finally driven his way around the race leader in Ty Robertson to get his lap back. So Nicholas Maynard in prime position to cycle out to the race lead whenever Ty Robertson and these guys, elect to make their decision to pit here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are now well over about 35, almost 40 laps into tonight's event. How much longer can these drivers go on Sunoco Racing Fuel? We were hearing somewhere between maybe 36, 37, maybe 40 laps if you could stretch it long enough. We did see a couple of these drivers kind of back it up, work their way up through the field. Trenton Johns wasn't one of these guys, though, in this MTL Zen 51 nicotine pouch machine. He was one of the 3rd or 4th guys down on the pit lane there to try to service this number 51 and make something shake. He was right behind Maynard. He's still a lap down. He'll be the 2nd in line. If he could ever go run down that race leader in Ty Robertson, Trenton John is right there over the back bumper. He should make the pass here in the next couple laps. Meanwhile, Ty Robertson will stay out. Everett Larson will stay out as he's continuing to lose more distance to Ty Robertson, now 2.1 seconds. The gap being the difference here between Robertson and Larson. Mitchell Wilson will have 3rd out on the long cycle. John Michael Bryant will cycle up to the 4th place spot as he's yet to go down on the pit lane and service this number 23 Gorilla Mine Toyota Supra. The longer that John Michael Bryant stays out here, it's going to kill this Gorilla Mine Toyota Supra. With the way that it works here in the pit cycle, you cannot come from the far back of the field as far back as John Michael was. John Michael Bryant almost half a racetrack behind the rest of the field with the guys behind him before the green flag pit cycle started. And then they start. And then everybody keeps going and going and going. And then eventually the time catches up to you how long ever you stay out on the racetrack, thinking that you're doing better, hoping and praying for a caution flag. But reminded you guys earlier, don't want to jinx the pot here tonight for the guys battling it out. Look at this battle with Trenton Johns wanting his lap back around Ty Robertson. He'll do it this lap, and on the bottom side, can he get to that left rear quarter panel? Trenton Johns struggling to get around Ty Robertson, the race leader. on 40-lap old tires, making it difficult for the lap traffic to get around him. But it's Trenton Johns with the slide job out of turn 2 here at Michigan. He's back on the lead lap. His eyes will be setting that Toyota Supra of Nicholas Maynard straight ahead of him. Maynard in prime position to take the race lead through the green flag pit stops if he can stay consistent here tonight. Maynard looking for his first O'Reilly Auto Parts Series win since Season 2 at the Iowa Speedway. Trenton Johns trying to get away from Camden Gillidan, who's on the march. He'll get around Everett Larson, who'll call it quits down on the pit lane with Ty Robertson. The two teammates will call it quits for the final lap here tonight. They'll go exactly 40 laps on the fuel with 20 laps to go. Here comes the Coleman, Alabama driver, Ty Robertson. Everett Larson right behind him in the distance. Larson says, if you want me to have a shot at the back bumper of Ty here for the win tonight, you're going to have to tighten me up on the long run. They will do exactly that for the 14-year-old of Everett Larson. He'll slide into his second place pit box on pit lane. Ty Robertson has to back up a smidge bit. Now Everett Larson's crew is a smidge bit faster in the head on the pit stop. It's going to be a close one with the battle off pit lane. We'll keep it right here and watch it. Both of them drop the jacket right at the same time. Ty Robertson's first place pit box is going to bail him out of this one after oversliding his pit box in that number 9 machine. Everett Larson now all over the back bumper of the race-off pit lane here at Michigan. Now John Michael Bryan will call it quits, and he'll bring it down on the pit lane to service this Gorilla Mine Toyota Supra number 23 machine. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. And John Michael Bryan says he feels like the rear differential is starting to go away here on the long run. They're ensuing, to John Michael Bryan that he has everything possible that he needs to drive his way back up through the field. So we'll see how it works. 2 more drivers have yet to come down on the pit lane and service their race cars. It's Mr. MPJ, Michael Ponder Jr., the doctor. In the second place spot, he'll be behind the Mitchell Wilson car, guys, number 46 Toyota Supra, who is now coming across the line to complete his 41st lap on Sunoco Racing fuel, stretching it to the absolute limit here for the number 46 of Mitchell Wilson. Nicholas Maynard has moved up to the 3rd place spot through the green flag pit cycles. He was the first one to start the cycle here tonight. He has about a 4-second gap to budge between him and Trenton Johns, who's scored in the 4th place spot. Camden Gillidan was able to struggle his way up to the 5th place spot. MPJ, Michael Ponder Jr. will pull it off of the racetrack down on the pit lane. Maynard will move up to the 2nd place spot. Mitchell Wilson, though, doesn't appear like he's going down pit lane anytime soon as he's committed to the top side off 4. Michael Ponder will slide down onto the pit lane. This time around, he'll lose the lap on the green flag. Pit stops. We knew it was going to happen. You have to call it quits now here eventually. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the number 13 Toyota Supra. They'll drop the jack and be on and off pit lane. Mitchell Wilson doing the impossible right now. The race leader getting passed by lap traffic, Corey Tessner. That'll put Tessner back on the lead lap. 42 seconds behind. If he wants to make up the gap, he's got to go now, as he'll be running down the other guys like Maynard, Johns, Robertson, those kind of drivers. Ty Robertson, though, on the march now. He's almost caught up already to the back bumper of the number 51 of Trenton Johns. He never even lost a lap underneath the green flag conditions. Everett Larson neither as well. Here comes Mitchell Wilson down on the pit lane in the car, guys, number 46 machine. This will give Nicholas Maynard the race lead out of turns 3 and 4. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the guys behind him. Ty Robertson, Trenton Johns. They got something to say about it, folks. They'll work their way off of turn 4. Everett Larson sideways on the left rear quarter pedal of Trenton Johns. Look at this battle going on for now what is going to be the 4th place spot. Maynard has done it through the green flag pit cycle. It's given him the race lead, but Ty Robertson is right there, folks, and he's all over the back bumper of this number 02 machine. He should drive right around Maynard, as Maynard is on about 23, maybe 22 lap old tires compared to Robertson's 4 or 5. Maynard's got to fight back down here on the bottom side, though, if he wants a chance to hold on to the lead. Everett Larson keeps his foot in on the outside of the number 02, and he'll slide all the way up the racetrack. Larson dancing the wheel, who hit the outside safer barrier. Kind of figured maybe Everett Larson was going that way towards the safer barrier, but he was able to hold on to it. Now Trenton Johns pitted a lap or 2 right after Nicholas Maynard. So these 2 guys have similar variables when it comes to tire wear, grip, you name it, however you want to have it. The number 7 Dynamo Productions, number 7 Camaro down on the bottom side of the racetrack now falls in the line behind the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. These were the two teammates from earlier tonight that made those 2 pit stops trying to make something shake. Now it's Hammerbeck and Mr. MPJ, Michael Ponder Jr., who needs to get back up and moving, Carter Jackson, and Corey Riptide Tessner, John Michael Bryant, Dagan Barnes as well. However, it's Mitchell Wilson, the last guy on the lead lap in this number 46 car guy's machine. He finally brings it down on the pit lane to service his race car. 15 laps to go here in the Madness Racing League O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, live for race number 9 at the Michigan International Raceway Legacy Style 2009. Visit Michigan.com. 120s on our way with 13 laps to go the next time around. Ty Robertson is the race leader, and he didn't even have to fight for it. Straight through the pit cycle, straight back to the lead, and he's about to put the 9th place driver a lap down with Dagan Barnes, Mitchell Wilson, and John Michael Bryant here in the next coming laps. We'll see how things shake up, but we'll step away real quick for a side-by-side commercial break, or better yet, we'll do another Fast and Loud here on the Madness Racing League, counting it down to 10 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Racing channel, we are cranking it up fast and loud with now going to be 10 laps to go the next time around. You can do the math. That's about 20 miles or so until the end at the conclusion of tonight's race, and we're 3 wide here at the Michigan International Raceway. Mr. MPJ, Michael Ponder Jr. in the 13 car on the bottom side. Camden Gillidan door to door with Trenton Johns for the battle for the third place position. Johns will hold Gillidan, make him keep it honest through turns 3 and 4. Hold that bottom line. Trenton Johns will take it all the way up to the fence there, trying to get some momentum off the top side of the racetrack, roll back down the hill. It's kind of similar to Auto Club. They're kind of twin sister type racetracks, 2 miles in length, and they both have similar characteristics with wide sweeping bankings in the corner, a wide sweeping front stretch, D-shaped oval similar to the Auto Club Speedway here at Michigan. But look at this tight racing right now between two of the Madness Racing League's best, Trenton Johns and Camden Gillidan. Michael Ponder Jr. says you two guys can have at it on the bottom side. Mr. MPJ, the doctor, will drive right on by on the bottom. Michael Ponder Jr., though, is scored 12th on the racetrack right now. A lap down, battling the lucky dog with Dagan Barnes and that number 14 True Fit Camaro. That'll be the battle for the lucky dog, as they guys took a little bit too long to probably pit here tonight on this green flag pit cycle. However, though, folks, we have been caution-free again here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the 3rd consecutive race in a row. We don't want to jinx anything, so we will knock on the wood here. However, though, it was all kind of chaos right here tonight. Look at John Michael Bryant racing the ever-living piss out of the race leader, Ty Robertson. John Michael wants his lap back, and he's on the bottom, the middle side of the racetrack, trying to get around Ty Robertson and hold him up to the top side. Grab that damn draft from Ty Robertson. Ty Robertson actually playing a little bit of defense here as the race leader over John Michael, and these two drivers have a history with one another. John Michael Bryant, Ty Robertson, have had a couple of radio, verbal communication flaws and run-ins, maybe a couple of beat and bangs on the racetrack from time to time, but John Michael Bryant not going to move over for anybody. Robertson definitely not going to shed the extra inch to John Michael Bryant, but it's going to be Everett Larson trailing in the distance right there in that blue and black and yellow game bridge number 01. 7/10 is the difference here in 8 laps to go. Going to be 7 this time around, and John Michael sandwiches the outside safer barrier. That'll crush the right side quarter panel of that Toyota Supra. Trenton Johns, Camden Gilliland going at it here for the 3rd place position. This is the best battle we got on the racetrack currently at the moment. Camden Gilliland, if he can hold on to this spot in the 3rd place position, he's up 5 spots from where he started when he goes back to the 4th place spot, but it's still the Hard Charger Award here tonight, and we also want to remind you now with 10 laps to go here, well, 7 laps to go here in the visitmichigan.com 120. We'll remind you that Turn 4 Media, proud sponsor here of the Booty Scoot Racing channel, is giving away $5 to the race winner here tonight and $5 as well to the Hard Charger of the tonight's event right now. Camden Gilliland sitting really nice for an extra $5 payout for the Hard Charger Award. Right now, though, he's battling Trenton Johns, and these two aren't sparing each other an inch. Ty Robertson trying to grab the win here tonight, score an extra $5 to his pay tally. Should have been going for 4 in a row here tonight at Michigan. Had the win taken from him by Kevin Tankos a few weeks ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Kevin Tankos didn't come to play in Miami a few weeks ago. Kevin Tankos just reeled the ever-living piss out of that number 4 Budweiser machine. And look at this battle right here. Trenton Johns throws the arrow block over the number 7 of Camden Gilliland, and Gilliland gets a smidge bit tight. Now loose to the bottom, and he's able to save it. What a save by that number 7. He'll take it right back up to the left rear quarter panel and try to side draft the number 51 of Trenton Johns. Johns, though, actually not able to defend it as Camden Gilliland blinks in and blinks out there with a little bit of internet connection issues. Here comes Alan Hammerbeck on the side of the top 5, and he wants extra from the guys in front of him. He'll watch these two guys battle out in front of him in this number 38 machine. Nicholas Maynard will be the next guy. Carter Jackson will be the next guy in line in this number 2 machine, and he's dancing sideways off of turn 2. Nicholas Maynard will fall back to the 7th place position. It was a nice pit call by Nicholas Maynard. Come down on the pit back on like lap 27 or so, and yeah, lap 27, and it's just going to bite him in the rear end with these guys being able to go out as long as they did. I would imagine was able to see somebody like Mitchell Wilson. It did cost him here eventually on the long run here. He's 36 seconds behind the front half guys. He's got the race leader right in his mirror after he was unable to unlap himself, able to drive around. He's not going to be able to do it here tonight unless a caution flag happens to fall here in the next 4 laps or so. Mitchell Wilson was able to stretch about 42, 43 laps of fuel out of it, and I'm not understanding how. We had about 38, 40 in the fuel tank. So we'll see how this continues to work out here. Some beautiful racing going on your screen right now. And Alan Hammerbeck may have the opportunity in this volley number 38 Chevy Camaro to grab 2 extra spots right here over Trenton Johns and the number 7 of Camden Gilliland. And he just needs to be patient here in the next 3 or so laps and run his race, his line, and do not overpush it. He's got the drafting help now. He's got the toe in from the number 7. He'll look to the inside driver's left quarter panel of the number 7 of Gilliland. Gilliland will slip the outside safer barrier. Mr. MPJ Michael Ponder Jr. will take it down on the bottom side. Look at Mitchell Wilson sideways here at the Michigan International Raceway. Y'all in that damn thing out here. Look at these top 3, 4 drivers up here battling. Michael Ponder Jr. not on the lead lap in that number 13, but he wants a part of the action here tonight. Alan Hammerbeck looking on the left rear quarter panel of the 51 of Trenton Johns, but Johns keeping him honest here by taking it to the top side of the racetrack. Ty Robertson, though, will head through turns 1 and 2 and head down the back straightaway. He'll see the white flag the next time around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 1.6 seconds the difference now between him and Everett Larson, and that lead just steady growing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Even after a mistake on pit lane, Alan Hammerbeck 3 wide up the middle. MPJ on the bottom, Trenton Johns up top. 3 wide battle for the 3rd place spot, heading down the back straightaway into 3. Side by side, door to door, wheel to wheel, quarter panel to quarter panel, 3 wide for the 3rd place spot. Alan Hammerbeck keeping his foot in and around Trenton Johns, who wants more of it. But it's Ty Robertson heading through turns 1 and 2 for what should be the final time here tonight. 1.5 miles away from victory lane. Everett Larson searches around in the rear field so far distance. 2 seconds now that a race gap distance between Everett Larson and Ty Robertson. Robertson on the top side of the racetrack heading out of turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Trenton Johns wins it at Michigan. Trouble back here somewhere. Trenton Johns, Alan Hammerbeck. Oh, Alan Hammerbeck off the racetrack slowly. Maynard Johns now battling hard for the 5th place spot heading through turns 3 and 4. Alan Hammerbeck slow off of turn 3 and 4. Can he get back to the line? Trenton Johns will take it over Maynard. Tessner heads off turn 4 now. He'll grab an extra spot. He'll go to 7th. Wilson will go to 8th. And Alan Hammerbeck looks like he'll have to finish in the 9th place spot. We'll see if we can't back that ass up and maybe figure out what just happened here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It all started back on the white flag between Alan Hammerbeck and these folks back there. So we can't back that ass up for an instant replay for the kick it away for the post-race show. I want to know what happened back here. That was a tough battle for position. We'll watch it right here. Trenton Johns, Alan Hammerbeck up the banking through 3 and 4. This is the white flag. We're coming to what will be their white flag, what would have been the checkered flag the next time around. It was 3 wide, Alan Hammerbeck in the middle, MPJ on the bottom. Trenton Johns up top and contact across the front straightaway to both of these drivers. Alan Hammerbeck blows his motor. Trenton Johns goes around on the front straightaway. Wow, folks. So that's what brought out the caution flag. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll see if we can't get Ty Robertson an interview here in just a second. We'll be back. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Coming back to, looks like we got a couple guys going to come around here to maybe try to make a post-race interview, but it's Ty Robertson winning the race here tonight at Michigan, and he'll burn it down for the fans on the front straightaway. What a burnout right there from Ty Robertson. He will win his 4th race of the year, his 5th pole, and he'll take it to victory lane here at the Michigan International Raceway. We'll be back in just a moment, see if we can't get a post-race interview from our race winner. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live at the Michigan International Raceway. We are with our race winner, Ty Robertson, as he will win the race here tonight for week number 9 of the Michigan International Raceway. Visit Michigan.com. 120. It was a hell of a performance. 46 laps led tonight for the race winner of Ty Robertson. Looks like we got a pit reporter down there. Can you guys hear us? And if so, go ahead. We have a copy.
We're down here at Victory Lane in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series for the Madness Racing League. Short field here tonight. We are with the winner here, the number 9 of Ty Robertson. Ty, this is most definitely what you needed here tonight. Everett, running runner-up right behind you. Won't make the points lead. Give you the lead, I don't think. It'll be really close, but your 4th win here in season number 4 kind of walks us through the race here tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, first off, as always, you got to give a shout out to Freakin' Racing, bringing 2 fast cars to the track. both of us had insanely good long run speed the entire race. Honestly, I kind of wish Everett finished a little further back than second because it would have gave us a little bit more of gaining points, maybe taking the points lead there if he finished a little further back. But for the team, it's good to keep the momentum going and stay finishing up front. Honestly, I felt like my car on the first run, it was fast, but the balance was a little off. Towards the end of the run, it was starting to get kind of loose. But we fixed it there on the last run, and it was handling amazing that run. I had no complaints at all. So we were able to extend the lead over Everett and close it out. And even if we don't have the points lead this week, hopefully we can keep the momentum going and maybe close up and take it within the coming weeks.
That's Ty Robertson. He'll win the pole award here tonight as well and take home the $5 for the win as well for the Turn 4 Media sponsorship. That's Ty Robertson, the number 9. We'll scoot down here to the number 7 Chevy Camaro, of Camden Gillett. And Camden, kind of walk us through your race here, a top 3 finish for your number 7 machine. This is a great point day for you. You'll jump up to at least 5th in the standings. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, first off, I just want to start with an apology to, again, Trent and Allen for that wreck coming to the white flag. Just kind of got put in a bad spot, and I swore to myself after Homestead that I was going to race a lot harder today and went to push and just wrecked them both. And I feel really bad about that, but the podium's definitely really nice. Feels slightly annoying to have another podium behind the same 2 guys, but they're always fast. They're really good. You know, you don't have to do so much. It was a really good day. Like I said, I swore to myself I was going to race a lot harder today. I feel like I did that. It came through. It was pretty fast on the long run. That first run was really able to save my tires and catch up even after falling back pretty quick. And, just a really good day, really good bounce back from Homestead. Another good day to have Dynamo in the car. Really proud of it.
That's Camden Gillett, and driver the number 7 Chevy. He'll finish in the podium P3 spot here tonight. We'll scoot down here to the 02 Toyota Super, of Nicholas Maynard. Nick, kind of walk us through your race here tonight at the Michigan International Raceway. Oh yeah, it was a decent race. We had a lot of speed. In the opening stages, just we knew we weren't going to sit around anymore. We were able to watch Kevin go all out 2 weeks ago and beat some of the guys that contend week in and week out. And you know, he never once saved an inch of tires. And we tried the same strategy here tonight. We took all the notes that everybody gave us and put them all together, and we ran better, but obviously just didn't get the finish that we were looking for. See how things shake out here at Charlotte 2 weeks from now. Hopefully we can continue to get some more guys back in the field as I get dwindled down over the past couple of weeks. But besides that, had a blast. That's a 02 of Nicholas Maynard, and looks like that'll do it for the driver interviews down here on the front straightaway here at Michigan International Raceway. Back up to the booth.
And we appreciate you guys throwing that back up to the booth, doing God's work for us down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll bring the DJ music back up real quick as we go over the results here tonight for the Michigan International Raceway. It was all Ty Robertson when it's said and done. Set on the pole, led 46 laps for Fury Cam Racing, and he'll win his 4th race of season number 4. Everett Larson for Last Row Motorsports in the 01 machine from Bristol, Tennessee, will bring home the 2nd place spot. He'll grab his 9th consecutive top 5 finish. Camden Gillidan will score the 3rd place spot here tonight for Rising Sun Racing in that number 7 machine. Contact there on the last lap. We showed you the replay. He was able to score home a top 3 spot. Carter Jackson in the Rising Sun Racing number 2 machine was also able to score a 4th place top 5 finish here for Rising Sun Racing in his number 2 machine, followed by Trenton Johns, who was involved in that accident there on that last lap. He'll take the top 5 here for MTL Motorsports. Nicholas Maynard will bring home a 6th place spot for Team Penske Development. Tried to start at the strategy there to make something work, but it did not work out for him on the long run. 6th place finish for Nicholas Maynard. Corey Tessner will grab the 7th place position here tonight in his number 8 Chevy Camaro. 4+ spots gain for the Corey Tessner machine. Mitchell Wilson will snag the number 8 spot for the number 46 Toyota Supra in his Midwest E-Motorsports team. Finally, Alan Hammerbeck involved in an accident there, coming to the white flag. Going to have to complete one more lap, and he doesn't able to do it. He was torn up at the bottom of turn 1 and 2. It looked like the engine may have expired out of that 38. The 23 of John Michael Bryant tried something as well. Fought hard with the race leader, Ty Robertson, to get his lap back, but just didn't have enough inside of that number 23 to get it done. Dagan Barnes will bring home the 11th place position here tonight for Midwest E-Motorsports, followed by Michael Ponder Jr. in the 12th place spot in the 13 car for MTL Motorsports. Tony Cook will snag the 13th place spot for the 33 Home Run Cafe Machine, and Chase Johnson will be the final score spot here tonight, the 14th place spot for Chase Johnson Racing after internet troubles 13 laps into tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here tonight at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Madness Racing League, live here at the Michigan International Raceway. Legacy Style will ring up the remaining schedule, reminding you 2 weeks from now, we'll head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing, go to Dover, and finish it all up at the Chicagoland Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been one hell of a show. It's been one hell of a weekend for racing. I want to remind you, this Wednesday night, we're back in action for the Audi 5 Asphalt Series for the Street Stock right here on the Booty Secure Racing channel. You're not going to miss a thing.